How are you, Rece?
I'm doing great, Rich, and I was not aware of that little historical
I
nugget.
think it's
I
true.
hope that's true.
I think it is.
I need something.
I can't even
It's good.
stop it. Come on, man. I'll be honest with you, Rece. I'm not feeling the hype here for the national championship game. I'm wondering what you're feeling. I just don't. I don't know if it's because we've seen the matchup 3 straight years already, too, with it all on the line before, and tonight's, the 4th. Am I mistaken?
I hope so, Rich, because I think in terms of setup, the only game that I can think of, certainly in this generation, that's even comparable is Texas USC. Now, one of the reasons that we remember Texas USC so fondly is because it was a great game, and we don't know how this one will play out. I'm sure there is a little bit of familiarity that impacts the way people feel about it. But I mean, these two teams, this is excellence. This is like Ali Frazier, Lakers, Celtics. This is the pinnacle of the sport. So I hope that there's a lot of buzz about it in some quarters. I do think that maybe the lack of ticket demand because of difficulty for the two fan bases, at least where they're primarily located, difficulty getting here. Might impact a little bit inside the stadium tonight, but overall, this is a tremendous championship matchup in my judgment.
No, it is. I'll be watching. I'm not saying I'm not going to be watching. I was just, just wondering, if because as you pointed out, it's geographically unsound for the two campuses. It's in Pac-12 country, but neither here nor there. Let's discuss this matchup for which I am personally excited. What do you think? Give me a key. Give me a key for tonight to look for.
I think to me the biggest thing is really, it's almost boring because it sounds real football head stuff about the lines of scrimmage. But I think Alabama, with the injury to Christian Miller, who's really their best edge rusher, leaves them without a quicker twitch kind of guy who can get to the quarterback. And I think that could be a problem against Trevor Lawrence because they've got big receivers. Alabama has some youth in the secondary, at least at corner. That could be a big issue. And then on the other side, the interior of Clemson's offensive line, while it has been productive over the course of the season, it hasn't dealt with anybody like Quentin Williams. And if he can disrupt them in the middle, then I think that's where the game lies. Obviously, and then protecting Tua. If Alabama protects Tua, then they'll be very effective offensively, I think.
I'm excited to watch Tua. I really am. I mean, we only got a half plus in overtime last year, but just watching him, and he's full go, right? There's no question about his readiness.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he's still been a little bit sore, Rich, but he's ready to go. He's practiced. He obviously threw the ball great against Oklahoma. This is a much different defense for sure. I don't know that he's quite as quick and as fast as maybe he was before he was hurt, but some of their coaches told me this week that they felt as if he's probably healthier now than he has been at any point since he first banged up his knee against Arkansas midseason. So there are no concerns at this moment anyway with Tua and his health.
Okay, you have who's picking the game tonight? You're going to have it's just one game, so are you having a celebrity picker for
I do not. We don't have a celebrity picker, but we have a celebrity cast of thousands. In fact, I'm sitting in a trailer beside Chip Kelly right now. And He'll be on the show with us. Gus Malzahn's around. Jim Mora, who works with us now, is involved.
That's right.
On our show. And so we've got all kinds of guys, but we don't have necessarily the celebrity guest picker. We'll leave the celebrities to Imagine Dragons and Lil Wayne with the halftime show.
Oh, my sons are really excited about Imagine Dragons tonight. That's big. So you're legitimately directly next to Chip Kelly right now, is what you're saying?
I am. I'm watching Chip tie his tie.
How's
right
it? What is he a Windsor? Is he a double Windsor guy? What is he?
He says he's struggling with a little bit. Are you a Windsor knot guy, Chip, or what? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what the name of his tie knot is.
What does he think? In all seriousness, Rece, what does he think watching Nick Foles doing what he's doing?
I haven't asked him. Do you want me to hand the phone to him?
Sure. Yeah, real quick, Rece, if you don't mind.
Can I hand the phone to Rich Eisen, or do you want me to ask you? He wants to know what you think about what Nick Foles is doing right now. He says Nick's the best.
There you go. That's a quote.
It couldn't happen to a better guy.
That's a Rich Eisen. That's a Rich Eisen show exclusive here. Okay. So, Rece Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. So tonight, do you think a close game? Do you think this is really going to come down to it? Because the last time these two teams, as we all know, faced when it wasn't for all the marbles, it didn't really go very well. What do you expect from tonight, Rece?
Oh, I think close, and I think there will be a lot of points, Rich. This is a different Clemson team. I mean, I really have a lot of respect for Kelly Bryant as a player and a young man, but he's nowhere near the passer that Trevor Lawrence is, and it's changed Clemson's offense. So I think you're going to have something that's much closer to the two championship meetings, which were 45-40 and 35-31. That's the type of game you're going to see tonight, I believe, between these two. I think you're going to see a lot of big plays, a lot of offense, and whoever can get key defensive stops will walk out with that trophy.
Rece Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. Last one for you, because you're going to turn the page to college basketball, where, as you know, based on the way that things went for the University of Michigan football team, I've been focused on college basketball a lot earlier than I have in recent years, Rece. And I am thinking, this is what I was thinking, that Michigan hops in the DeLorean, and on behalf of the Fab Five that got rejected by Duke, returns the favor and does it to their version of the Fab Five this year. What do you think about that idea, Rece Davis? How realistic is that?
That would be perfect symmetry, and I wouldn't be surprised. I watched Michigan the other night play, and I've seen them a couple of times, but even though they're not shooting as well as John would like at the moment, they will. That's a really, really good team. I think you've got a lot of happy times in store once the tournament rolls around for the Wolverines this year. I really do.
Yeah, you do? So do you think it's possible, though? They can do that to Zion and all those guys and Coach K?
I do.
Oh, my gosh.
I absolutely think it's possible.
Oh, Rece, you're not just saying that to be a nice guy that you are, right?
I'm really not. I mean, Duke has the most talented team. Right. There's no doubt about that. But how many times does the most talented team win that tournament? Not all the time. So Michigan is plenty good enough to win the national championship, and they're really good on defense, which, sometimes a young team has, no matter how talented, they can struggle with that aspect on a big stage. I really like Michigan's opportunity to make the Final Four. And if you make it there again, certainly you have a chance to win the national championship.
Excited. Rece, have a great time tonight. Enjoy. I'll be watching the entire time, and then I look forward to having you back on. And thanks for the Chip Kelly exclusive that you got for me.
You bet, Rich. Take care, man.
You bet. That's Rece Davis at ESPN_Rece Davis.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.